Hi there. In this video, we're going to go through an introduction of the concept of dimensional tagging within financials for Office 365. For your business to gain a competitive advantage, you need to be able to gain insight into your business operations and performance without increasing the manual work your staff have to complete. Dimensions are financials for Office 365 answer for this. It is often necessary to create statements, statistics, and analysis that are extracts of the complete financial statements. Dimensional tagging allows us to slice and dice your data with relative ease, generating all three forms of insight into your business. A dimension is data or a context that you add to an entry to act as a kind of marker. This allows financials for Office 365 to group entries with similar characteristics and easily retrieve these groups for analysis purposes. Therefore, the extensive sub-accounts in your chart of accounts to account for cost centers, regions, departments, or projects can be accounted for through dimensions, leaving you with a chart of accounts that's easier to maintain and allows for powerful reporting capabilities. There are two types of dimensions, a global dimension and a shortcut dimension. You can choose two global dimensions which are typically a company's most used and important forms of reporting on their business operations and performance. Global dimensions can be used as tags in the GL account, customer, vendor, and item tables. So they are best used for macro reporting and hence reporting on the business as a whole, while shortcut dimensions are best suited for specific transaction level reporting or more micro reporting. Today you'll be introduced to dimensions and dimensional values. As you can see, a dimension tags underneath the parent account, providing the contextual information relevant from the transaction while keeping the surface clean. Each dimension can have an unlimited series of dimensional values that are subunits for that dimension. For example, your departments could include your sales, operations, and administrative departments. Now you can have up to 8 levels of reporting occurring within financials. This can apply to your actuals and where you can basically slice and dice your P&L specific to any one of these contexts. Here is a P&L by a salesperson. It can also apply that you tag them against your budget entries. That way you're able to get variance amounts, percentages, and index reporting, all using current year, previous year, and year-to-date forms of reporting. And to maintain that these are easy to use and set up, they can be made to be mandatory and restricted to reduce human error, and auto-populate when associated with a customer, vendor, item, etc. How would you use this for your business? A good example would be looking at the area dimension. Here the dimensional values have multiple points of totaling and rounding. Therefore, if we were to post to the Sydney North dimensional value, it would roll up to the Sydney total, the New South Wales total, and the Australia total dimensional values. So how would this look in your day-to-day activities? Let's say you have to provide a profit and loss for your manager, and it needs to be separated by department, specifically the operating expenses within the P&L. Dimensional tagging can do this for you. Navigate to the chart of accounts, look in the ribbon under Navigate, and run the analysis task GL balance by dimension. Within here, let's set the column value as a dimension, in this case departments. Then specify the section of your chart of accounts that we wish to look at, in this case our operating expenses. And choose the date range. Now click on the show matrix like so. Now you can see the operating expenses by department over the calendar year. You can even drill down into the figures if your manager wants to view the source GL entries. And if you need to provide a copy, just export the results to Excel, like so. Now this is just one level of dimensional reporting that we can do in the system. And as we said before, you can have up to 8 different levels of dimensional reporting to slice and dice your data and gain insight in how efficient your business is operating and how well it is performing. We look forward to helping your business gain insight and reduce manual processes with dimensional tagging.